Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Interesting how certain countries considered to be, democratic and free and all that. In this case, I'm talking about Ukraine. Creates all kind of lists. Most wanted, second most wanted, and all that. And it's strange that they are doing this to a certain, just for one reason that I can see, is that if someone else would do that against them, they would immediately be offended. And the obvious reason would be because they think they are on the right side of the story here. So they are almost perfect. So they would say, what do you mean? You put me on the list of, most wanted by KGB, when I'm fantastic. So that would be a little problem for certain kind of leaders that deserve or don't deserve to be, placed on certain kind of lists. And I'm talking about lists that, your foreign services would have to enforce, which is abduct you somehow, put you in a little black van and transport you over the border and put you in front of a court procedure over there, okay? And then they will decide what to do with you. So, in this case, let's see what the Ukrainians did. The Ukrainians are doing this. According to Ukrainska Pravda, October 10th, 2022, Ukraine's security service puts Dmitry Medvedev and others on wanted list. You remember in the Old West, if you didn't read about it, at least we watched westerns, good westerns, not crap that is made right now, you know what I mean, when they were wanted. And it was a guy they put that thing over there and wanted, and a guy with a mustache over there, it was the bad dude. When he said, and he says, dead or alive. Well, this is kind of like that. Dead or alive, Medvedev. So, could be justified, could not be justified. But who's perfect? Because according to the Russians, I think they can have a long list. So let's go with this article and see what's going on. Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chairman of Russia Security Council and former president of the aggressor country, is wanted by the security services of Ukraine. Wanted to do what? Talk? Drink some champagne? I don't know. You know exactly. Source: the wanted list of the Ministry of Internal Affairs of Ukraine. Ukraine has indicted, indicted Medvedev under Article 110.2 of the Criminal Code, which is encroachment of the territorial integrity and inviolability of Ukraine committed by a member of the public authorities. And we have his picture here. This article stipulates a penalty of 5 to 10 years imprisonment, with or without confiscation of assets. The wanted list states that Medvedev disappeared on March 1st. Alright, disappeared, so we can find him. March 1st. The SSU has put... No, you can't put her. She's intelligent. Not that Medvedev is not, but... Maria Zakharova. She has a PhD in foreign affairs, I think, in university in Russia. But she's very good. The spokeswoman to the Russian Foreign Ministry on the wanted list as well. No, niet. She is accused of violating Article 110.3 of the Criminal Code of Ukraine, encroachment on the territorial integrity and violability of Ukraine, which caused death or other serious consequences. Zakharova faces... She's one. I think Medvedev is gonna object. Is gonna call the Ukrainians. I object. You gave me 5 to 10, and he gives Zakharova 10 to 15. Is she more important than I am? Jesus Christ! Wasn't that Medvedev? How much was it? 5-10. Medvedev, you lost, and Zakharova got your... She's between 10 and 15. Oh my God. 10 to 15 years life imprisonment, with or without confiscation of assets. The wanted list states that Zakharova disappeared on March 14th. Okay, I think that... okay. Igor Konashenkov, spokesman for the Russian Ministry of Defense. You know, that guy who says, today Russia did the blah, blah, blah. Watch him. He's, every day he shows up. Now he's supposed to go, let's see what this guy gets. Has been put on the wanted list for violating the same article. He disappeared on March 11. So that means he's again the same level with Zakharova. Reminder, on Monday Medvedev said that Russia is preparing new massive strikes on peaceful cities of Ukraine. Well, I guess he deserves them, but only 5-10. I think he probably that's why he came to say that, because he found out that he's got only between 5 and 10. He said, I gotta up my wanted, the dollar sign over there, put some more zeros. I deserve more. Oh my. So these guys are gonna be what? So potentially the services, right? The Ukrainian services, they could kidnap these people and bring them to justice, right? Well, but then let's think about the other way. So this is what the Ukrainians say. What about Russia? Can they, let's say, Biden? Can they say Milley? Can they say, I don't know, the other guy, Austin? Can they say, what's his name, the other weasel that was kicked out because he had too many parties with the ladies of the night in Great Britain? What's his name? Boris. Not Boris Johnson, but Boris Johnson. Yeah, okay, the same one. So what about that guy? Or Olaf Scholz, or Annalena Baerbock, or Lizzie Lazy Lizard Truss? How about these guys? Because according to the Russians, what happens over there in Ukraine is because of these weasels. So can they have their list? And if let's say the Ukrainians have the list, how far can they go? Does that mean they can only abduct those people, or they can do street justice? I mean, which one? How much? I mean, I understand the Ukrainian state and the population being upset with what's going on. Not angry, however you want to, desperate. Yeah, I understand that. But what bothers me is that they are duped by 4 guys in charge of their nation: Zelensky, Zhmyhal, Reznikov, and Yermak with K at the end, and on the payroll of other guys foreign to their culture and their nation. This is what bothers me. I mean, if there would be just Russia with Ukraine, and there would have been just them dealing with one another, I would say, come on, man, you're so dumb you can't figure things out here. You can't find a common denominator here. What's going on? But when you see that these guys are just for years, from 2014 at least, by... This is what bothers me more than the fact that they are fighting brothers and all that. No, and I know they don't really consider themselves brothers. At least the Ukrainians. I know for a direct fact that the Ukrainians have long history with the Russians, and they don't like the Russians a bit. But this is the Ukrainians I met. Might be some Ukrainians that have a different kind of take on Russians overall, but the ones I met, they call the Russians as they call the Poles, pigs, Svenia, and other things. But in Svenia is, anyway, in other words, but this is one of them. So thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Wanted list.